more than ever. At the Bob Woodward Foundation, we raise awareness about the tough challenges veterans and military families face and invest in solutions to help support them in the next chapter of their lives. And with one solution comes the next. We solve a housing situation, we increase employment opportunities. We solve employment problems, we address food insecurity. We solve food insecurity, we impact physical and mental health issues. Learn more about our work at bobwoodwardfoundation.org/success.
My name is Erica, and my son Kason is a patient at Shriners Children. My oldest called me and said Kason got burned. The trauma doctor came in and said he needs to go to Shriners.
His injury was a big injury, and I think a testament to the care that we provide. He's fully functional. He's riding his dirt bike, doing all of the things that you would want him to do.
We're just so thankful that Kason is still here.
Go online right now to loveshriners.org.
We are all for first-time guests and longtime friends. All for First Light and Starlight. For road trips and trail runs. All for mountaintops and monuments. River bends and battlefields. We're all for showing up and giving back. To protect, to preserve, to pass it on. All parks depend on us. And we're all for parks. Join us at nationalparks.org/allforparks.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. Let their story unfold and gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. Hire skills first. Learn why at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
KGUM FM, Dedito, powered by Glimpses Media.
AP News for Friday, July 24th. I'm Ben Thomas. The Iran war remains a hot one, with the number of combatants expanding, yet President Trump describes talks with Iran as the most serious yet. Jennifer King reports.
The U.S. and Iran show no signs of decelerating their conflict. U.S. Central Command says their latest barrage was designed to further degrade Iran's ability to threaten mariners, and that U.S. forces disabled a merchant vessel trying to run the blockade. Iran sent a wave of attacks aimed at U.S. strongholds in the Gulf.
They want to be the tough guys.
President Trump described negotiations.
But they do want to make a deal. There's two ways. I mean, it's you can just keep doing exactly what we're doing and take them apart piece by piece. We could do it in a more rapid fashion, which we might do, or we can negotiate with them, which we're also doing right now.
Meanwhile, a coalition led by Saudi Arabia struck the port city of Hodeidah in Yemen in response to Houthi rebel attacks on Red Sea shipping. I'm Jennifer King.
President Trump's rolled out a fresh round of tariffs and says the U.S. will investigate European Union trade practices, claiming the EU's unfairly fined U.S. tech giants. The CDC says it's logged more than 2,300 cases of measles so far this year, already more than last year's record amount. And Ed Donahue reports 4 more states are being linked to a nasty outbreak.
The CDC now says the outbreak of cyclospora, a diarrhea-causing parasite, now includes Illinois, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania. The FDA says the lettuce was traced to Taylor Farms. It was recalling iceberg lettuce grown in central Mexico. President Trump was asked about the outbreak.
We're going to put a major tariff on Mexico because of the lettuce.
The government says the number of cases linked to the lettuce is now around 2,000. At least 98 people had to go to the hospital. No one has died. Cases were also reported in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. Ed Donahue, Washington.
This is AP News. Laverne, Minnesota's obsession with nutcrackers grows.
With a brand new, over 65-foot nutcracker decked out like a giant Uncle Sam, named Vern the Patriot. It all began with 96-year-old Betty Mann, who did not stop at buying just one nutcracker over the years. Designer Katie Walbrave.
People were taking bus tours to her house to visit her Nutcracker collection.
At the time, Betty was on the town's Historical Society board.
So in 2016, I went to my board and I said, I have this crazy collection. I would donate it and maybe it'll draw people into our museum.
The collection has ballooned to over 7,500 nutcrackers. How do you one-up that? You build what's possibly the world's largest nutcracker. Bern the Patriot is almost twice the height of the current Guinness World Record-holding nutcracker in Germany. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The latest through the weekend at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
This is AP News Minute. Expect much of the United States to get above 100 degrees Fahrenheit this weekend. National Weather Service forecaster Bob Oravec says a heat dome is to blame.
The heat that is affecting large parts of the country from the western U.S. into the middle part of the country, from the Canadian border all the way down to the Gulf Coast, is affecting about 130 million people.
Democratic delegates in Maine have chosen lawmaker and logger Troy Jackson to face GOP Senator Susan Collins in the November election. Democrat Graham Plattner had won the primary, but withdrew from the race following an allegation of sexual assault. Georgia's Okefenokee Swamp has been added to UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites. Kim Bednarek, executive director of Okefenokee Swamp Park, was at the UN committee meeting in South Korea Saturday for the decision.
We accept this inscription not as a finish line, but as a commitment to keep the Okefenokee wild, resilient, and thriving for generations to come.
I'm Donna Warder.
Balanced, fair, thoughtful. Wave 105 FM.
It's time to celebrate Guam's liberation with the Triple J Ford Liberation Celebration. We're clearing out inventory with prices below dealer cost and thousands off retail on your favorite Ford vehicles. Drive home a new Ford F-150 starting at just $39,995. Get behind the wheel of a Ford Mustang starting at $36,995. Or save big on the Explorer, Bronco Sport, Ranger, and Maverick. But hurry, all stock must go. Visit Triple J Ford in Upper Tumon today or get pre-approved instantly and shop online at triplejguam.com. Triple J Ford, customers first.
Explore, snap, and share for a chance to win a round-trip ticket to Taiwan. Join the Guam Photo Hunt and visit iconic landmarks and hidden gems island-wide. The more locations you photograph, the more chances you have to win exciting prizes. Learn more and submit to win online at visitguam.com/photo hunt. Terms and conditions apply. Explore, snap, and rediscover Guam. Brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau.
What do world champion martial artists Brandon Vera and DJ Jackson have in common with jazz great Patrick Palomo? They all teach Mount Carmel Academy Charter School students. Mount Carmel is now a charter school serving the entire island of Guam, voted Guam's best school, and is tuition free. We begin our 70th year of educating the complete child. Register today. Call 565-5128.
Rise and shine with Roots Breakfast Buffet. Served daily from 6:30 to 9:30 a.m. at Guam Plaza Resort. Seniors enjoy 15% off for a limited time. Save your spot now. Call 671-649-7760 to reserve.
Hungry and need gas? Mobile's got you covered. Now through July 31st, Mobile Smiles app members can enjoy a free 6-inch Subway sandwich with every minimum fill-up of $30 gas at any Guam Mobile station. Available exclusively on the mobile app. It's an easy summer win. Fuel up, open the app, and enjoy the rewards. Not a member yet? Pick up a Mobile Smiles card at any mobile location and register today. Mobile and Subway, a great deal for the summer. See store for details.
Guam is building the future, and the right conversations start here. SCME Guam Post invites you to the 2026 Industry Forum happening July 28 through 30 at the Dusitani Resort. Join military, government, and industry leaders as they come together to discuss Guam's future in infrastructure, resilience, and regional growth. This premier event connects you to Guam's next generation of infrastructure. Registration is open. Visit GuamIndustryForum.com. The 2026 SCME Industry Forum, delivering Indo-Pacific readiness.
The road to Adelup is here, and this time we spoke with Democrat candidates, Senator Toriz Terlahi and Senator Sabina Perez. Here is your opportunity to hear how they plan to govern Guam. Watch the conversation on Wave 105's YouTube channel, dated May 28th. This is a Glimpses of Guam radio station.
Some SUVs get you where you're going. The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to move you. Experience a refined interior, intuitive technology, a stunning redesigned exterior, and a new 15.6-inch touchscreen display. All crafted with the quality and attention to detail Mazda is known for. Now available at Triple J starting at just $29,995 or from as low as $198 per paycheck. Visit Triple J in Upper Tumon or get pre-approved instantly at triplejguam.com. The all-new Mazda CX-5 designed to move you. Triple J customers first.
Feeling good, getting things done. Wave 105 FM.
.208 in the afternoon. Welcome to the show. We are KGUM FM, Didido Guam. My name is Ryan Nicholas, and you got it locked on to the bright side right here on Wave 105. Thanks for tuning in. Let's bring up the host, Mr. Pauly Suba. Buenas.
All right. Well, we'll keep the camera off just for a couple. Yeah, we're just transitioning. We're still working some stuff out.
No problem.
We are on the air. Mm-hmm. We certainly are, right, on our on the airwaves online, the wave105.com, as well as our YouTube channel, Wave 105.1 FM Guam. I do want to thank our sponsors, and that's Chili's Grill and Bar. At Chili's, more life, great food, and memories happen here. Micro Pack, bringing Guam the brands you trust and the service you deserve since 1968. Subway, you got to refresh to be fresh. Triple J, celebrate liberation with Triple J Ford Liberation Celebration. Prices below dealer cost, thousands off retail, and F-150 starting at just $39,995. Visit Triple J Ford today. Customers first, and GTA, we start with you. Welcome to it. Like we said, this is the bright side. Viva Lunes!
Viva!
It's Monday, July 27th, and we're going to start the show off with a mother-son combination. This amazing team. I know Michelle for a while now. We know her as such an amazing creative. So she's here in the studio with her son, Kenny.
Hello.
Day.
Hello, everybody.
Half a day.
Well, thank you both for making the time on this Monday to share what you guys have. I'm reading it now. One day, 3 epic events, right? And so, is it 3 or 4?
3, and then
okay.
this top one that's our collective one.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. And so, Michelle, if you wanted to introduce yourself to our audience, and then we'll let your son do the same.
All right. Half a day, everyone. My name is Michelle Pure with Creative Indeed, and we are coming up on my 1-year art studio anniversary on August 2nd. Can't believe how fast time has flown. And in collaboration with not only my event, which is going to be held at Akanta Mall, we have 2 more events happening right in the block area at Lotus Surf Shop and across the street on Fujita Road at the Putian Place and Fokai Shop. And so collectively, we're all kind of combining our energy, and we are calling it the Guahan Art Walk.
There you go.
And that's happening all day, and then, of course, you can wander over to the night market after all the festivities.
Very true. So which one do we want to start? Well, sorry, Kenny, if you can introduce yourself to our audience as well.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kenny with C9 Productions. First things first, thank you, everybody, for bringing me on. This is very exciting.
Yeah?
My first time, and yeah, very excited for this event, August 2nd.
C9 Productions, can you give us some insight?
So we are a brand new media company. Me and my business partner, Claude, we actually started this up just very recently, just a little over a month ago. And yeah, we're really excited. We're mainly focusing on events.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I see you on the flyer with that's going to do some work on the Thrift Tide Vintage Surf Drop.
Yes.
Yes. And so Dirty Laundry, I imagine, see, I'm an unk, right? But I think my kids have talked to me about Dirty Laundry, or they have said that they go there to shop for thrift.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that's actually one of my friends, Antonio. He owns Dirty Laundry.
Okay.
So I had him save up a bunch of vintage surf clothing to just drop on this one day, collabed with Lotus.
All
Surf
right.
Shop.
And so, again, this one's going down August 2nd, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m., located at Lotus Surf Shop. Michelle, I wanted to ask, I understand, there are so many amazing people behind all of these businesses, and they're just a walk from each other, right? And so how did this come about? How did you guys decide that you wanted to do something so unique as the Guahan Art Walk?
Well, it happened pretty organically. So my actual anniversary date is August 1st.
Okay.
That's a Saturday. And my good friends Dar and Storm over at Poutine Place, which is also a new creative market right by the Fokai Shop and Bistro El Camino in the Golden Plaza, they're having their summer Nenny Market on August 2nd, Sunday. And so I was talking to them and just saying, well, maybe I'll do mine on the 2nd, and we can kind of start this kind of a creative art walk through the Tumon area extension just past the block party.
Sure.
And then my son was expressing that he wanted to be doing this collaboration with Dirty Laundry and Lotus Surf Shop.
Yeah.
And thinking of when to do it. And so we were talking about that day. I was like, well, why don't we just combine efforts and just bring everybody down to Tumon on one day instead of splitting the energy, So it's going to be pretty epic. We'll put out a little map of where people can walk and find stuff and what kind of special deals we have going on. Each event has different pop-ups and vendors and things like that to check out. And we'll be doing all kinds of giveaways and all kinds of cool promotions. So it'll kind of be like a family-friendly pub crawl throughout the day.
Okay.
If you want to think about it like that. It's like a big block party, an art walk. Check out all these creative vendors and artists. We'll have there's different music productions happening throughout, whether it be spontaneous or planned as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's very cool. I've been able to walk in a couple of the shops, right? And so seeing that you guys are all partnering together for one day, August 2nd, 12 to 7 p.m. Is there a program? Because I would just say that you're not wrong if you started any one of these places, right?
Yeah, you can wander from event to event.
Right.
Go to one, check out the other, go back.
Right.
It depends. Where you want to have lunch. We'll be having all kinds of different food options going on as well, with all the different restaurants that are in the area and participating, as well as some food trucks that'll be popping up.
Right.
Pono Food Truck will be at Lotus Surf Shop on that day.
Heck yeah.
As well as we are doing some giveaways. Dirty Laundry will be giving away a T-shirt, and we are partnering with GTA. They are helping us out with some giveaways as well. We have a pair of AirPods here giving away, as well as 6 $50 GTA gift certificates, which can be used for your phone bill. Keep that in mind.
Perfect.
So if you guys wanted to enter, follow C9 Productions, Creative Indeed, Poutine Place on Instagram. That's how you will enter the giveaway.
Okay.
As well
and
as
Lotus Surf Shop.
And Lotus Surf Shop. So that's how you will enter. Tag us on your story, and we will pick a winner from there. You do not need to be present at the event. As long as you follow and tag us in your story, you will be entered.
And then I will also be doing some giveaways. I'll be giving away 3 $50 certificates, as well as 16 by 20 painting. So you have to come to my studio, though, that day to enter. It's free to enter, but you just have to show up.
Right.
And you don't have to be present to win either.
So you and I, we've had conversations in the past, right? And you were talking about workshops for the kids and whatnot, right? Over at your shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
My creative canvas camp.
There you go.
Still going on.
Yeah. So talk to me about how, what people can expect or what people can be doing at your shop at Creative Indeed.
Sure. I have, of course, all my artworks in there. It's my personal studio, but it's also open to the public for walk-in art sessions and private paint parties. You can book your own party and book the whole studio to yourselves. Bring all your food and drinks that you want in there, friends, family, coworkers. I've done bridal showers, work events, things like that, birthdays. And then, of course, I have my Creative Canvas Camp, which is an after-school program for kids anywhere from age 9 to 18, where they get to do acrylic painting, but primarily I'm building confidence and letting them develop their own personal style and practice and learn how to build their portfolio and how to think of a lot of like business concepts as a creative, how to share and sell your work as well.
And Kenny, if you can kind of share, what is it like being raised by so many creative and talented people? Because that's in your DNA.
Well, it definitely helped out with my learning process and coming up, because I was actually taken out of school. So I wasn't in the normal environment of learning. I had to figure it out a lot by myself.
Sure.
As well as, you know, I got to watch my mom build her business growing up. So that was definitely the inspiration behind, you know, Scene on Productions now is my own business. So it was definitely helpful getting to watch her build and just grow as I grew up as well. So like that helped a lot.
Because you're watching her live her dream, you know, and it's not easy being a small business owner, right?
No.
It's not easy
It's
as
not
well.
for everyone.
Being a creative and having people buy into what you are creating, right? But there is a community here in Guam that is that understands the power of creating something with your hands, whether it be music, whether it be art, whether it be theater, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a large community. There's no shortage of talent on
There you
our
go.
tiny little island. I'm constantly amazed, just even with my art students, like letting them choose what to paint and stuff. And I watch what they choose and develop, and their ideas inspire me, where I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. How come I didn't think of that? You know, so it's like, it's a cycle, you know, and we feed each other, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
It's great.
And so when I'm looking at this this Thrift Tide Vintage Surf Drop, and you're a part of it, I can't help but think about the legacy that your grandfather has left, right? And so what does it mean to be putting on events like this that showcase the art and surf culture?
It definitely feels good to be able to help boost the surf community on Guam. It feels, you know, it was really my dream to like push out more surfing, more surf community, more surf related of Guam specifically. Like,
And Kenny is a surfer as
I
well.
am a surfer, and I will be. You guys will see me out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like putting out this event really meant a lot to me, because I'm also very close with Lotus as well, and you know, I want to bring them more. Like, I want to bring this community together, this surf community, the creative community, and the art and skating and food. I just want to bring all of it together.
That's right. We will have Guam Skate Network involved as well.
Sweet.
They
So
will
surf
have a skate ramp.
culture.
Yeah. And
Surf, skate, art, food, just good fun, good times.
you really are encompassing an entire family event, right? Even the
Yes.
things that Nenpire has put together in the past, I've always been impressed. And so here's another opportunity to see what these nennies have put together at their Nenny Summer Market. And so that's just a couple blocks away. So if you park over at Aconta Mall, that's where Creative Indeed is, right?
Yeah, you can park in any of the 3 locations.
Right.
There's usually parking in the back or even garage parking, so you can, you know, find your spot in Tumon, and then you can kind of stroll from
Right.
there. The Nenny Summer Market, yes, Dar and Storm have been doing this for a while, and I'm just so proud of them. The amount of talent that they're also helping cultivate, just through all the way from, you know, kids, little toddlers even,
Right.
and elementary kids that are building their own
Right.
products and learning how to sell them. And so you can check that out in puts you in place. It's so adorable. Like if you go in there, you're
Yeah.
gonna see they custom built everything themselves
I
as
saw
well,
that.
involving the kids too.
I
So
saw that.
there's a secret bookshelf door you can find in there. There's a walk-in fridge where they have fresh made flour lays as well as local produce and eggs and stuff. And they feature over 30 local artists and vendors, including myself. I
There
have
you
a little
go.
spot in there too. And then they have their whole craft bar side where you can do workshops and stuff. So definitely find them as well on Instagram. And they have their event going all day as well, 3 to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
In collaboration too with the Foci Shop too. I think they're doing some of their sling demos as well. So you can,
Heck yeah.
there's just so much to get involved in. They'll have Goats and Giggles there. Pono and Chamarita Eats are popping up. And then, of course, all the Nempire, the youth vendors. So we just want to really highlight the youth as well for this event, which that's why it's also cool to have my son kind of taking the lead on this event through,
I am
through
impressed.
C9 Productions.
I love it.
It's been an adventure that I'm enjoying a lot. So I'm excited to have
Yeah.
everyone come and celebrate with us.
Absolutely. And then let's talk a little bit about this art fair. It's the first anniversary art fair, right?
Yes.
And so it's also celebrating your first anniversary of this shop being open, right?
Yes, at Aconta Mall.
Because you've been doing this all your life.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I've been doing just art as a business for almost 20 years now, and art throughout my whole life in
Right.
general, but as a business, almost 20 years. And this is actually my second art studio. My first one was above Mosa's Joint from 2016 to 2019.
Yeah.
Had to close it for reasons. And then, of course, 2020 came along, if you guys all remember what happened
COVID.
during that time frame. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise,
Sure.
honestly. And then come 2025, I was applying for a GITA grant. And that was the catalyst to be able to open this new studio.
Nice.
And so that hit the ground running August 1st last
Yeah.
year. And time has just flown by. I'm so proud of this studio. I designed it all from scratch myself and mostly built all the things in there myself too, put them all together. So it's a labor of love, and I want everybody to just come and enjoy, check it out. I'll have some exclusive prints available that day. And we'll have some drinks and stuff, and just want people to bring the whole family
Yeah.
down. It'll be a family-friendly event throughout
Yeah.
all of Tumon, actually, that whole day.
We used to be over at Aconta Mall, and there's so
right.
many, the architecture there.
Mhm.
There are so many like Instagrammable areas, right?
Yes, yeah.
And so
It's a pretty iconic building, right, over the years.
Yes, but I'm looking at your flyer, and you have one of the most amazing photos of a sunset.
That's my actual photo that I took.
Yeah? And
you can scroll through my Instagram and find just the actual regular photo that I had.
But we
posted
get these sunsets on the regular, right? And so
Oh, yeah.
it is such a...
We're so lucky.
It's beautiful to have a business down in Tumon. It's just beautiful to have a business, but like I was sharing earlier, it's not easy, right? And so this is something to celebrate, being in business down in Tumon for a year. And so here's a way that we can support small business owners that are putting all their blood, sweat, and tears and
please.
talent into they're giving it everything. And so I love seeing how you're partnering with like-minded people and people that have either been in business for a long time or have just started out.
Yes, and I'd also like to invite, I still have spaces available for
Mhm.
artists to pop up. We recently just had the fee waived. We had a generous anonymous donor sponsor.
We love that.
Wanted to help out, asked how they could help.
Yeah.
I said, well, if you want to donate a chunk of money, I'll waive the fees for the artists and vendors, because personally, like being an artist myself and making a living doing this, I want to help other artists to make money. Like that's the part that I want them to know, that
Sure.
you can make a living doing this. You just really have to get creative about how you do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think even art too is such a great investment. I mean, not even think, right? It's proven that when you purchase art, right? It's
timeless.
Yeah, and it's also something that you can put down on paper as like this is an investment, and can also be tax deductions too.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. And not only that, but some people, this really is their dream of how they're making a living. So just literally paying bills and stuff like that. When
Sure.
people are like, oh, what can I do to help? Like, just buy a painting or buy this guy's shirt, or, just
Yeah.
go and support, or even just share the post. Or, send good vibes and all of that. But yeah, that's it is an investment. I always tell people that, like, they'll enjoy it for years to come, and you can always sell it or pass it on to someone else. It gains
Yes.
it gains in the price range over the years. So
Yes. Do you have the after school program?
yeah, that's still going
over-
on. You can
yes.
still sign up right now. You can go on my website,
Nice.
creativeindeed.net, which I will also be adding all these flyers onto the art fair page on
Nice.
creativeindeed.net. And we're going to be creating like a map for you guys to check out, so you can get an overall view of, like, okay, where do I want to start, and what's the best way to go through this event? Because like you said, there's no wrong answer to that. You can start at any spot, but it'll
Right.
be helpful, I think, to have a visual, and
Sure, yeah.
hopefully trying to get some like aerial footage and like a little first person video view of doing the whole walk, so you can kind of
Is that going to be you
get a vibe
doing
for
that?
it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Trying.
Maybe.
we're running out of time, but I think we might be able to pull it off.
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's again, 1 day, 3 epic events. The Guahan Art Walk, again, featuring Creative Indeed at the first anniversary art fair over at the Akanta Mall, starting at 10. And then over at Lotus Surf Shop, they're going to start at 12 for their Dirty Laundry Presents Thrift Tide Vintage Surf Drop art and surf culture event. And then on the other side of the street is the Nenny Supermarket over at Putian Place. And so that's from 3 to 7, and just keep going back and forth and whatnot. I'm sure it's going to be a great time, and you're inviting the entire island, right?
100%. Bring
There you
everyone
go.
down. If
One
you got
thing
visiting
to-
relatives, they're going to love it.
One thing to mention
Yes.
is this is actually Dirty Laundry's first merchandise that they're dropping. So he actually did his own vintage surf clothing, and it's
Okay.
very, very limited. There's only 20 pieces, 1 to give away and 20 to sell. So 21 total, actually. But
And you can see they just put out
Right.
a video on Instagram showcasing the shirt. I would like to reserve one, please, sir.
Okay.
It's a nice shirt. Check it out.
Very cool. Yeah. And so, like you were sharing, you don't have to be present to win that shirt, right?
You do not
and
need to be
your
present.
Gift certificates thanks to
Yes.
GTA. Is there anything else that I might have missed?
We have a list of just some sponsors,
Sure, yeah.
some participating
Yep.
artists
Of
and
course.
vendors. I'll let
So-
Kenny list those.
Yeah.
A lot of the helping sponsors right now, we have Pono, we have Lucky Finds, Livehouse, Taco Sinaloa, Guam Skate Network, HD Signs, as well as that is all of them. And Guam Funny Memes. Thank you, Guam Funny Memes, for
yeah.
helping us
Always
with the
collabing.
promoting.
Yes.
And GTA, of course, as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate you and everything that you do for the community.
Thank you, Pauly.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on.
Of course. 2:31 in the afternoon. We're going to take this break. If you missed anything, or you just want to hear again their wonderful story, you can check them out on our sister station, Power 98. They're going to be over there in just a bit and share this amazing event with that audience. Again, this is Wave 105.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, the breakfast she didn't have, the rain that hasn't fallen in months, the danger around the next bend, her little brother's belly laugh, her mother's hug, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. All the reasons life is both so hard and so beautiful. It all connects. But so do we, for children's sakes. At Child Fund, we connect through everything we do, together, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Because we need each other. Learn more at childfund.org.
As a parent, you said you'd never give up the convertible. Look, the band even has its own backing. You said you'd never stop listening to your music.
Do your happy dance, yeah.
You said you'd never schedule your life around a stuffed animal.
Nobody panic. Bun Bun is still at daycare.
You said you'd never give in to demands.
2 kids' meals. And a chocolate shake.
And never put them in harm's way.
I'll be right back, little man. Just gonna pop in the store for diapers.
But never happens. And no amount of time is okay to leave your child in a car by themselves.
Long line today.
Temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you every time you park the car. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hungry and need gas? Mobile's got you covered. Now through July 31st, Mobile Smiles app members can enjoy a free 6-inch Subway sandwich with every minimum fill-up of $30 gas at any Guam mobile station. Available exclusively on the mobile app. It's an easy summer win. Fuel up, open the app, and enjoy the rewards. Not a member yet? Pick up a Mobile Smiles card at any mobile location and register today. Mobile and Subway, a great deal for the summer. See store for details.
Guam is building the future, and the right conversations start here. SAME Guam Post invites you to the 2026 Industry Forum happening July 28 through 30 at the Dusit Tani Resort. Join military, government, and industry leaders as they come together to discuss Guam's future in infrastructure, resilience, and regional growth. This premier event connects you to Guam's next generation of infrastructure. Registration is open. Visit GuamIndustryForum.com. The 2026 SAME Industry Forum, delivering Indo-Pacific readiness.
Our critically injured veterans and first responders are left behind every day because of inadequate wheelchairs. That's why Wheelchairs for Warriors is on a mission to serve America's heroes across the nation and provide them with custom-fit wheelchairs tailored to fit their needs, to ensure they're rejoining their lives at the highest level of independent mobility and function possible. From lightweight daily use chairs or adaptive sports chairs to all-terrain wheelchairs to get these warriors outdoors. Wheelchairs for Warriors serves those who've served us. To join their mission, visit their website at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
The road to Adelup is here. And this time we spoke with Democrat candidates, Senator Torres Terlahi and Senator Sabina Perez. Here is your opportunity to hear how they plan to govern Guam. Watch the conversation on Wave 105's YouTube channel, dated May 28th. This is a glimpse of Guam radio station.
Welcome back to the show. It's 35 minutes into the hour of 2 o'clock. This is the Bright Side right here on Wave 105. Here's the number, 671-922-1051 or 2. Give us a call. Talk to this gentleman right here, Mr. Pauly Suba. Buenas.
Welcome back. Thanks again to Michelle Pierre and her son, Kenny, for hanging out with us.
Yeah, man.
And
very
so,
interesting.
some very talented people are going to be in the studio with us all day. Because in the 3 o'clock hour, we've got magicians coming in.
Oh, okay, so we have an artist with
a
her
surfer
son and a surfer.
Yeah.
I mean, and now we have 2 magicians coming
Yes, Uncle Hank Rice.
Oh, yeah.
And Anthony Reed.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah, so
Hands down.
They're coming in later on in the 3 o'clock hour. They're going to be sharing all the great things that they're doing for the community as well. They have field trips, right? We were able to attend the show that almost it reminded me of Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time there.
Right?
Yeah, it was really, really good. I mean, that day that we went,
right?
And I was like, man,
I'll never forget it.
It's one thing to have a exciting magic show. It's another thing to have an exciting magic show, and you get to learn something in the process of watching it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I've always Uncle Hank Rice grew up with my mom and her brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
and just being able. A lot of times we were able to these magic shows that he would put on, you know, and we wouldn't have to pay because he would just do a magic trick in front of us.
Yeah.
But I still could never figure out how he did it, you know, and so I was like, I'm broke. Can you make me money?
You know, it's funny. It's funny how, because, you know, you always want to know how they did it, right? And then
But that takes away.
Yeah, no. I mean, there was this one like TV series, right, where you try to guess how.
I do remember that.
I forgot the name of
that
it.
show.
And
it's
then
those Penn and Teller, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Fool Me or something.
Yeah, and then, you know, they actually break it down and, okay, this is how you thought that this is how it happened, and then I'm like, man, don't spoil it. But at the same time, there was this one movie where they all went to Vegas. I don't know if you've seen that. I forgot the name of it, but there was like 5 people, and they were led by actually one person, and they basically just, you know, through magic, they basically robbed Vegas.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Now You See Me.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Now You See Me.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, so yeah, I mean, and, you know, it's like, is it really magic? You know, like, well, it looked like it was to me.
Yeah.
Good movie, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like, there was a part 2 and recently
Yes.
a part 3.
There was a part 2. I'm not sure about part 3, but I know that there was a part 2 on it. And I think, what's his name? Woody Harrison, right? He was in it?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that was a really good movie. Very good movie. And so, yeah, I'll probably try to prick their brains. I'm like, okay, so how did you guys, when they come in, I'm like, hey, don't worry, man. You know, this is the media. I won't reveal my source.
Right.
Just show me how it's done.
Anthony Reed was sharing with us that he was doing magic shows and whatnot, and an individual that was performing over at Sandcastle needed some coverage.
Okay.
And so he covered for them. Him, and he hasn't left since. Well, maybe he did leave for a little bit, but then he came back, especially again after COVID.
Yeah, and it's you know, I mean, what did he was basically saying that, you know, they fell in love with Guam. They got the you know, the island itch, and, you know, bit by island fever, and, you know, so I'm glad they're here because it gives something for the tourists and for the locals.
Yes,
I mean, and the production that they had down there at was it Crown Hotel?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Crown Plaza.
Yeah, Crown Plaza. I mean, it could be. It's almost. It reminded me of Disneyland. And
yes,
in
those shows that happen
Yeah.
Throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would argue that it was better than some of these shows that I see at Disneyland or Universal Studios.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it was. I mean, that
So
is
good.
the quality of the production down there.
Yes.
So, man, if you can take your family down there, trust me, it's well worth it. It's awesome. I mean, and it's different. It's something different.
Yeah. So then at 4:00, right? Is Senator Vince Borja?
No. It's gonna be.
Ralphie Scambaluri.
Ralphie Scambaluri.
Yeah.
And also former Senator Roy Canata. They
That's
both
right.
confirmed, so they're here.
So they'll be in for Beyond the Ballot in the 4:00 hour. We'll talk to them about.
And then tomorrow, he also confirmed today, would be Vince.
Okay.
Senator Vince Borja.
This morning they were supposed to convene that special session.
Mhm.
The governor sent down the bill to basically appropriate monies towards Typhoon Bobby recovery, and then also for child care services. However, I think they went like 5 minutes, and then Senator Chris Duenas said, public health has a event today, and so they asked that we recess, and so that won't be happening. I think, let me see. I thought I heard Wednesday. So let me see here. They were only, 15 minutes, but for the most part, it didn't even take, it took like a minute before they recessed again.
So they gavelled in and gavelled out?
Yeah, because there was some event public health could not attend. And I wonder if the child care services knew about this, because I saw a release from I saw a press release from the child care providers that were organizing, stating that they were going to be there this morning.
I see.
Right? And so it says Guam child care community rallies at legislature to support long-time investment in early childhood education. So this release came out this morning, and it says today at 8:45 a.m., child care providers, educators, parents, and community supporters from across Guam will gather at the Guam legislature to demonstrate the importance of early childhood education and the critical role child care plays in our island's future. This gathering is an opportunity for the child care community to stand together and respectfully show our leaders that child care is essential infrastructure for Guam. Every day, child care providers make it possible for thousands of parents to work, businesses to operate, and children to receive the safe, nurturing, and educational foundation they need during their most important years of development. The child care industry is calling on policymakers to make child care a long-term priority by committing to sustainable local investment that strengthens the system for families, providers, employers, and Guam's economy. Our message is simple. Child care is not just a service. It is an investment in Guam's future. We appreciate the effort of our elected leaders and look forward to working together to develop lasting solutions that provide stability for families and child care providers alike. The child care community is encouraging government leaders to prioritize child care as a critical public investment, develop long-term sustainable local funding solutions that complement federal programs, ensure a reliable and stable child care system that families can depend on, continue working collaboratively with child care providers to strengthen early childhood education across Guam. Community members are invited to attend in support of Guam's children, working families, and the educators who care for them every day. Together, we can build a stronger future by investing in the youngest members of our island community. And so that release was sent out this morning, and I guess they weren't aware that public health didn't plan on attending because they have another event that they needed to attend and would not be available, and so they recessed. Let me see.
For joining me this morning. Folks, by the request of...
You can hear that, right?
Public
Yeah.
Health, and we put a notification out to senators and others that Public Health has a function this morning.
See?
And so they will not be able to make it, and they requested that we conduct this hearing tomorrow. So we'll be in recess until 8:30 tomorrow.
8:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Wow.
So it didn't happen today. And so I hope, and that's the thing about the child care providers, right? I mean, I'm sure there are children at the facilities, and they had to make adjustments, coordinate with their employees and their staff to be away. Some, I'm sure, they wanted to organize, so I'm sure they organized in a way where a good amount of them could be there this morning. However, they'll have to do it again tomorrow because, again, there was something that public health had to attend to earlier today. So tomorrow at 8:30.
For me, I understand the governor does have her powers to call a special session, but at the same time, there's just so many things going on. I mean, we're like, 4 days already? 4 days away from the election. And so if I was speaker, I'll be like, hey, look, we can't get to this, so let's take a recess until August 3rd. I mean, because they're still in their time frame. I understand that they do have because this is a special session in regards to the Typhoon Sulaku and Typhoon Bobby.
Typhoon Bobby, providing the funding that isn't coming from the federal government, right, to offset the child the block.
Yeah, and then there's also the airport.
Airport.
Thing.
There are two. There's the bailout for the airport because their operations have decreased tremendously.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a bailout, and then the $9 million
with DPW
that we haven't been paying them. For the fuel surcharge.
Exactly, and then there's GPW too as well, right? With the Sinlaku, the seawall thing, right?
That's part. So that's part of the Bobby conversation, and they're clearly saying that they could use the whole $13 million. To invest in the construction of a stronger or to strengthen the seawall.
And
but
then,
it's going to be more than 13, to be honest with you.
Of course, and that's and then currently in the coffers, right? They do have. Senator Chris Dueñas said, "Hey, we only have rounded off about 40 million," and so everybody's looking like they're going after that piece of pie. So we already know this is the amount we have, and now we really, really have to take our time and see which is more of a priority to fund. And so, if I was speaker, I'm like, look, there are so many things. The election is coming up. And Governor Liu knows that they have to campaign. So, boom, right there, gavel in, gavel out, and come back on August 3rd. and handle the business of the people and do it in a meticulous fashion where, we know that the airport is asking for X amount and we only have 40, so maybe we can provide 5 million and work it that way, because there's other agencies that are pretty much crying the same thing. We need money. And so, and then when you're going to strike, call these people out and everything. You really have to, go through a fine-tooth comb with every agency and what their needs are, because you can ask for 10 million, but the money that I have only allows me to give you 3, right? So they have to do it in a better fashion than this, and there's no need to rush and everything. We're only 4 days away. They should just kill it and don't even come back.
What I would say, especially with the child care providers, this has been even before 2026. Of this uncertainty of these federal monies that are supposed to go to care for these children through the block grant, and then so it's not consistent. There have been these delays, and so what is happening, from what I have when I was listening to some of these recordings, these meetings that are public. With the Department of Public Health and Social Services and that division that oversees the program that provides the federal monies to these child care providers, and the back and forth between the child care providers and public health was that they are the ones that are paying up front, paying their employees and whatnot. And so they are asking public health, what is the update? And so they're so behind. And so I thought that all was going to be taken care of in March.
Wow.
Right? And so then it became a conversation again in May that there are still these delays, and some child care providers still not getting what is owed to them since December.
I can vouch for that, because I've had payless paydays when I was working at the Catholic Social Service. I was working on one of the programs and whatnot, and there were times where we didn't have. Actually, we had a payless payday. And several times, mind you, because the contracts that the government went into, these private firms such as Catholic Social Service, they don't get paid, and when we don't get the money from the government, Catholic Social Service doesn't have the luxury of paying out of pocket, and then get reimbursed from the government when the money comes in. It was straight payless payday. And I remember one Christmas, it was the 23rd, like 2 days before Christmas, and I didn't get paid. And my daughter was crying like, Dad, because my daughter's like all, wrapping up the gifts and giving, getting gifts for grandma and everybody else. And she was crying. I was like, Dad, this is a horrible Christmas. Da, 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 da. I mean, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? But it was me and, like, at the time, almost 400 employees. And so I can only imagine what's going on with the child care providers and their employees if this thing doesn't happen. But didn't the governor say that she's covering like $5 million?
$5 million has, but apparently because of the delays coming in from the federal government, there's, it looks like they're going to need more. And for how long are we going to figure this out? How long is there really just a pause or a delay, or have they already made up their minds as to no longer covering this?
Yeah.
Right. And so, it's we have somebody on the line. Okay, we'll take the phone call.
We have somebody on the line 2.
Off a day, Wave 105. You're on the air.
Hey, Pauly, Suba.
Off a day.
I'm at the Jigo Church right now. Believe it or not, I'm saying a little prayer before I head home.
Okay.
But on the way down, I stopped by the Jigo Gym, and as I was parking my bike, putting the stand down, guess who pulls up behind me?
Police officer.
You wish. Our congressman.
Jim Moylan?
And
Okay.
I know. I said, hey, congressman, welcome home. He goes, it's nice to be home. And I said, why fix something that ain't broken, congressman? I like him. We need to give him a little bit more time to get what he's going done in there. And Mary Kamotu-san still laying there on the road, Pauly, face down, the canvas into the mud.
What street?
For real, up at G-Mart.
G-Mart.
And the frogs at later age, the tadpoles are starting to swim around already, and no one ever went. It's enough time. No one ever went to stand it back up, make it look good, or take it apart, or dispose of it, or something. It's still laying there. When I passed by this morning, it's like she spent a lot of money into that canvas.
By G-Mart? This is in Jigo?
Yes, in Jigo, before you get up to the base.
Okay.
Last store on the right.
Okay.
And I'm like, whoa, that's a real nice canvas. I think it's like a 8 by 16, big, man. Took about, I was there when they put it up. Took about 6 guys to put it up.
Yeah.
But it's still there, laying face down, and we're almost there to vote. And she's so pretty in that canvas, blue hair streaks, and all her beads and everything, and it's just so sad. She spent all that money and no one went back up there to pick it up.
Well, I'll see her tomorrow, and I'll let her know that, by the way, one of our listeners is saying that one of your signs is still on the ground, and hopefully she's aware near G-Mart.
It's about 15 feet away from the main road, and for the entrance to G-Mart, it's right there. And if somebody was to accidentally slip walking by and get poked by a rebar.
No, I get it.
Well,
I get it.
Then they can, anyway, and I'm on my way back home, and
Hold
I went down.
Hold on. Sorry, Kay. I know it's an inconvenience, but one of our, Michelle, is locked out. So, Michelle, locked in? Do you mind just using that card there's on the wall?
I
you got it?
Yeah,
you got it right? I apologize. I don't want her waiting here as long as, sometimes this place is a little too secure. Ryan's going to get her out. Okay. Go for it.
Anyway,
Go for it,
election's
brother.
right around the area, and it'd be nice if it was but it's not yet, so we can get this thing over with, and it doesn't matter who we put in there. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. They're all capable of doing it. It's just who's going to go in, and all gloves are off, I guess, because there's been some talk, and, it's going to be that way no matter what.
Yeah.
There's always somebody's going to say something stupid or dumb, or both, and but we need to get this thing over with and put the people where they belong. And hey,
Thanks,
you
Ryan.
hear that bell?
Yeah, I can.
That means 3 July and Sabina Parish for governor and lieutenant governor and Pauly.
There you go.
You say, thank you very much for listening to me, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling. There you go.
What was that feedback?
I'll see her tomorrow. It was the bells ringing.
Okay.
By, probably
Jigo bells?
Yeah.
Jingle bells,
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Hey, okay, so you're going to see...
we'll see all three of them tomorrow, the candidates
Yeah.
for delegate, right?
Yeah, and so they're also coming
Tomorrow.
in. I believe Senator Mary Torres will be here on Thursday.
Okay.
And Congressman James Moylan will be here on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah, so we're trying to get as much candidates in as possible so that our listeners can hear their take on what they're going to do if they get reelected, or what are their plans, should they get elected and serve on the 39th and also through Congress too as well.
Right.
So we're going to have all of that, and I'm telling you right now, everybody's calling me, asking me, that canceled out because of session and everything. So I'm like, hey, you know what, man? I first come, first serve.
Yeah, there's only so many
Yeah.
that we can put in this last week, right?
I mean, aside from,
Yeah.
like
No
today,
worries.
we had Michelle and her son, and so now we're looking at having the two magicians coming in, and then
Yes.
at the 4:00 hour, we're going to have senatorial candidate Ralphie Scambaluri and also former Senator Roy Knappett. So that's how busy this day is.
Yeah, because it can't all be about politics.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have lives to live, and there are so many other things happening, like the art walk that's happening this Sunday, and so we encourage you to take advantage of so many things that happen around the island. And then we have these amazing magicians too that do some wonderful work for the community, and they open their doors to so many different kinds of events, right? And so it can't all be politics.
Yeah, my attitude is like, yeah, okay, yeah, biba. Okay, can you show me that trick again?
Yeah, right. So this is what we're going to do, 3 o'clock on the dot. Let's take the break. On the other side, we'll bring in the magicians, Anthony Reed and Uncle Hank Rice, in just a little bit. KGUM FM in Dededo, Guam.
AP News for Friday, July 24th. I'm Ben Thomas. The Iran war remains a hot one, with the number of combatants expanding, yet President Trump describes talks with Iran as the most serious yet. Jennifer King reports.
The U.S. and Iran show no signs of decelerating their conflict. U.S. Central Command says their latest barrage was designed to further degrade Iran's ability to threaten mariners, and that U.S. forces disabled a merchant vessel trying to run the blockade. Iran sent a wave of attacks aimed at U.S. strongholds in the Gulf.
They want to be the tough guys.
President Trump described negotiations.
But they do want to make a deal. There's two ways. I mean, it's you can just keep doing exactly what we're doing and take them apart piece by piece. We could do it in a more rapid fashion, which we might do, or we can negotiate with them, which we're also doing right now.
Meanwhile, a coalition led by Saudi Arabia struck the port city of Hodeidah in Yemen in response to Houthi rebel attacks on Red Sea shipping. I'm Jennifer King.
President Trump's rolled out a fresh round of tariffs and says the U.S. will investigate European Union trade practices, claiming the EU's unfairly fined U.S. tech giants. The CDC says it's logged more than 2,300 cases of measles so far this year, already more than last year's record amount. And Ed Donahue reports 4 more states are being linked to a nasty outbreak.
The CDC now says the outbreak of cyclospora, a diarrhea-causing parasite, now includes Illinois, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania. The FDA says the lettuce was traced to Taylor Farms. It was recalling iceberg lettuce grown in central Mexico. President Trump was asked about the outbreak.
We're going to put a major tariff on Mexico because of the lettuce.
The government says the number of cases linked to the lettuce is now around 2,000. At least 98 people had to go to the hospital. No one has died. Cases were also reported in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. Ed Donahue, Washington.
This is AP News. Laverne, Minnesota's obsession with nutcrackers grows.
With a brand new, over 65-foot nutcracker decked out like a giant Uncle Sam, named Vern the Patriot. It all began with 96-year-old Betty Mann, who did not stop at buying just one nutcracker over the years. Designer Katie Walbrave.
People were
taking bus tours to her house to visit her Nutcracker collection.
At the time, Betty was on the town's Historical Society board.
So in 2016, I went to my board and I said, I have this crazy collection. I would donate it and maybe it'll draw people into our museum.
The collection has ballooned to over 7,500 nutcrackers. How do you one-up that? You build what's possibly the world's largest nutcracker. Bern the Patriot is almost twice the height of the current Guinness World Record-holding nutcracker in Germany. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The latest through the weekend at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
You're listening to KGUM-FM Dead Edo, Wave 105.1 FM, the Talk of Guam, a proud Glimpses media radio station.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, the breakfast she didn't have, the rain that hasn't fallen in months, the danger around the next bend, her little brother's belly laugh, her mother's hug, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. All the reasons life is both so hard and so beautiful. It all connects. But so do we, for children's sakes. At Child Fund, we connect through everything we do, together, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Because we need each other. Learn more at childfund.org.
As a parent, you said you'd never give up the convertible.
Look, the van even has its own vacuum.
You said you'd never stop listening to your music.
Do your happy dance, do your happy dance, yeah.
You said you'd never schedule your life around a stuffed animal.
Nobody panic. Bun Bun is still at daycare.
You said you'd never give in to demands.
2 kids' meals and a chocolate shake.
And never put them in harm's way.
I'll be right back, little man. Just gonna pop in the store for diapers.
But never happens. And no amount of time is okay to leave your child in a car by themselves.
Long line today.
Temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you every time you park the car. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Introducing the all-new Subway Wraps. Now you can make any footlong a wrap. Light, delicious, and satisfying without weighing you down. Subway Wraps make fueling your day easier than ever with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Try the cheesy garlic steak wrap today. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Explore, snap, and share for a chance to win a round-trip ticket to Taiwan. Join the Guam Photo Hunt and visit iconic landmarks and hidden gems island-wide. The more locations you photograph, the more chances you have to win exciting prizes. Learn more and submit to win online at visitguam.com/photo hunt. Terms and conditions apply. Explore, snap, and rediscover Guam. Brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Our critically injured veterans and first responders are left behind every day because of inadequate wheelchairs. That's why Wheelchairs for Warriors is on a mission to serve America's heroes across the nation and provide them with custom-fit wheelchairs tailored to fit their needs to ensure they're rejoining their lives at the highest level of independent mobility and function possible. From lightweight daily use chairs or adaptive sports chairs to all-terrain wheelchairs to get these warriors outdoors. Wheelchairs for Warriors serves those who've served us. To join their mission, visit their website at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Off at Guam, over the last 2 years, we have built strong relationships, opened new doors, and created real opportunities for our island. Those partnerships continue to grow stronger, and together, we are making meaningful progress for Guam. Early voting for 2026 primary elections begins July 9th and runs through July 25th at the Westin Resort. Tuesdays through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now is not the time to lose momentum. The foundation has been laid. The relationships have been built, and opportunities before Guam have never been greater. Your vote will help ensure we continue moving forward together. I humbly ask for your support and your vote. Let's keep building a stronger future for Guam. I'm James Moylan, a candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by James Moylan for Congress. David L. Camacho, Treasurer.
The road to Adelup is off and running, this time we sit down with Republican candidate Speaker Frank Blass and Dr. Mary Okada. Catch the full conversation that took place on May 7th on the Wave 105's YouTube channel. Stay informed and hear their vision for Guam's future. Wave 105 is a glimpses of Guam radio station.
You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay.
Welcome back to the show, 3:07 in the afternoon. This is the BrightSide right here on Wave 105. Let's send it back to the host, Mr. Pauly Suba. Buenas.
All right, we do want to thank our sponsors, right? And so that's GTA. We start with you. Subway, you got to refresh to be fresh. Triple J, celebrate liberation with the Triple J Ford Liberation Celebration. Prices below dealer cost. Thousands off retail, and F-150 starting at just $39,995. Visit Triple J Ford today. Customers first. Micropack, don't miss a memory. Get your travel cameras and storage essentials at Micropack today. And Chili's Grill and Bar. At Chili's, more life, great food, and memories happen here. And so joining us now in studio are some amazing magicians. Mr. Anthony Reed and Uncle Hank Rice. And so Anthony was with us, what was it, like a month ago? 2 months ago? Time flies.
I think a couple months ago.
Well,
Yeah.
3 months ago.
3 months. Wow. It does go by.
Maybe even longer.
Time flies by. And so
after COVID.
We still talk about how amazing that your show was or is, right? And so we're just so very just blown away by what you put together for the kids.
The science show?
Yeah,
Mind
science
Over
show.
Magic.
Yes, Mind Over Magic.
Yeah, thanks.
And so that's, the kids are in summer now, right? But that's
yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up. We've already
Right.
started launching a few things, let the teachers know that we're
Right.
there. And I know we've reached out to quite a few schools, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of kids that haven't seen it.
There are so many. I agree.
We're trying to figure out how can we, get the exposure out there because it's such a fun show. Not just for me, but you saw it.
Yeah.
The kids just love it.
Right. I know that there's new leadership over at GDOE, and we gotta. I let the PIO know that this is something you gotta work something out with Mr. Anthony Reed because these kids gotta see it.
Yeah, it's
so
just
great.
so fun, and I like it. We get a lot of repeat kids, and they keep wondering, "Are you going to choose me this time?" And you didn't choose me again. It was the third time I've seen it. When I hear that, I'm like, "Wow, you've seen it 3 times." Same schools coming back. So we always put new stuff in it. We've got some really crazy new stuff in it now.
We were just sharing as we were teasing this last hour. How we're so impressed with the show itself that the caliber is up there. Like you're gonna see some stuff that's more impressive than what you would see at like an amusement park like Universal Studios, Disneyland,
thank you.
Six Flags. Like how you have to reserve tickets for like another show within the amusement park.
Right.
I put your show in there on that level and even more impressed too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, like what was that machine at the very end that was shooting out the smoke?
Yeah, we people said I transport. And how did you transport? I said, well, I can't tell you, but it takes a lot of energy. You can see the power of it going. And they're like, really? Yeah. It's just a smoke chamber that I appear from, like a mad scientist.
That thing looks like it's
They sell it on Amazon.
No, that's why I was like, this thing looks like something that would cost you $100,000.
It wasn't inexpensive, but it's kind of a one-off. They don't make these. You have to go to a custom builder.
And so you do have to invest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure. But it's important that you invest not only in yourself, but you invest in this community. Mm-hmm. We have such a beautiful community, Uncle Hank. You know this. You lived all your life here, right?
Yes.
And you know this as well because you continue to stay.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so very grateful to people that take the time to invest in their business, in their establishment, but then ultimately in the island.
Well, we, that was a branch of what we do to kind of keep balance of the night show. As you know, tourists right now, it's pretty pale.
Sure.
So we shrunk our night show down to 2 nights a week, 3 nights a week, starting next month. But part of that Mind Over Magic supports keeping the night show open and vice versa. When tourism's good, we have a lot more of those. So we utilize that theater really well. And one thing we're here to celebrate is as of next month, August, the Encore Theater, which we built, was custom designed for the show, celebrates its 11th year. So we normally charge $55 for adults and $20 for children. But to celebrate, we're knocking $5 off the ticket price.
Okay.
Kids 11 and under are free. And for every family, we're going to throw in a free popcorn, medium popcorn, or autographed poster after the show.
Hey.
So, thank you, Guam, for keeping us open, because we still get a lot of support locally.
Yeah. No, I'm impressed even with the way. And last time we talked, you were sharing that you meant to have it in an angle, right? I love the way the studio is built.
Yeah, the back is raked.
The theater,
but there's 200 seats in a very small space, and it's because they're kind of wrapped around the theater, the stage itself.
Sure.
So there really isn't a bad seat in the house, and there's no pillars in the way. There's high ceilings and beautiful lighting, and we're very proud of that theater. We put 7 or 8 months of build into it, and a lot of money, but it's been fun.
He did it. Yeah, I could tell. I mean, a lot of, when we look at what magic is, and a lot of it is science too. There's a lot of engineering too, right?
Yeah, well.
So carpentry is.
I mean, I literally, I was
I'm going to interrupt here.
Yeah.
Tony's experience in the theater, especially amongst illusionists and, other magicians, is vast. The island doesn't actually realize his background. You could read a book about what he has done.
Yeah.
He was featured on a very, very famous magazine in America. Well, it's international. It's Magic Magazine. And he was on the front cover of that. And then they did a lot of his, they did an interview, and you got a lot of inside information about what he's done. But he's worked on theater stages with people like David Copperfield and who was the other people you did? Was it Blaine, or was it
David Blaine?
What's his name?
Not Chris.
No.
Chris Angel?
No.
There was the other guy. Oh, Houdini. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that was him.
It was him.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where he was going with this.
But no, in reality, he really has had a lot. And so the theater was built specifically for the show. He already had everything all measured out, all the illusions, so that everything could fit. If it didn't fit, it couldn't go into the show.
Yeah.
And so all of that is really, really important. And the fact that he was able to get all the measurements and then rip out the disco that used to be there, the lounge, and it became...
Oh, Ryan knows all about that. He walked out, though. We could have asked him.
Yeah.
All of those soap parties.
Yeah, exactly.
Bubble parties, soap parties, yeah.
But yeah, that room, when I got there, I had really great help from the old GM, Jeff Schweitzer.
Yes.
From the Fiesta. And ran into him. I said, hey, I'm looking for a room. And he said, come on in, take a look at this thing. And he opens it up. It's dark. It's kind of smelled like it had nobody's been in there for a while. And I said, oh, that ceiling's kind of low, because it had this low-lying ceiling. I said, is that as low as it is? I don't know. I said, hold on. I ran out and I got a laser tape measure, laser. And I threw a shoe and a tile came down. And I went, oh. And I put the measure. I'm like, 22 feet? Is that really how high the ceiling is? Is the whole place like that? He goes, I'm pretty sure I have the blueprints. I said, you've got the blueprints? And rolled them out. I'm like, oh, this is good. I think this is going to be it. So I got really excited at that moment. And if it wasn't for his help, support from the hotel, and just everybody encouraged me, you can do this. It turned out beautiful. I'm so proud of the theater. And we wanted to have a big comeback. but the market's changed.
Sure.
So now we're really going to go after the locals and military more than ever. But we're still we'll have some room for the tourists, but not everybody can afford, a high ticket price. So we're going to try to keep the prices low and in the masses. We do have a bar. We have drinks, beer, wine, sodas, and popcorn and stuff like that inside the theater. And we have dinner packages with the hotel, with the terrace. So you can do the dinner show and just walk over.
I was on their website just before you walked in, and I just saw how they're great partners, right? I mean, you guys
and
work well together.
That free children's promo, it's for the terrace too.
Oh,
the kids get to eat free.
Okay.
11 and under.
That part, I missed that.
Yeah, so 11 and under, they can eat at the terrace and then come to the show for free.
Yeah.
So it's actually a really good night deal.
Very affordable.
Okay.
Very
so they just
affordable.
they just need to they need to update their website, because I'm still looking at $25 for children on their website.
Well, I'm pretty sure I checked with my reservations manager, and she said they still have that promo. So
Okay.
I can double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's still active.
Okay.
We're going to be opening Saturdays,
Uh-huh.
because we've heard a lot of the locals and their families have a hard time getting out of school, getting them dressed, getting them ready, getting them out to dinner in time for a show on a Friday.
Right.
And we only open Mondays and Fridays, so now we're going to do Friday, Saturday.
Nice.
So it'll be good for the locals, and the military told us the same thing. It's difficult all the way from base to come there on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So we're opening next month Saturdays, so that hopefully will encourage more people to come see us.
Nice. Yeah. I wanted to talk to you both about just like magic in this arena, right? You both worked together for how long now? I think
35,
Too long.
35 years off and on. We
Yeah.
were, Nico
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
And a Sea Princess. We did a catamaran, Sea Princess, double deck catamaran. I did a show on the bottom deck and top deck, and Hank was in and out. Then we worked back at Nico again. And then I moved over to Sandcastle for several years, like 13 years off and on, Saipan.
I stayed at the Nico.
Yeah.
While he was over
Yeah.
there.
You were also at Reef too.
Yeah.
We did Reef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Christmas for Reef, and then he did the Reef after.
Yeah, for a
took
couple
that
of
over.
years.
Yeah.
And then we worked at the Encore Theater.
I did the West End for a short time,
Yeah.
And
Nabil's there now,
yeah.
right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
And you guys are, the three of you. I can't think of anybody else. You guys are. Jay Hoffaday.
Yes, Jay Hoffaday.
Yeah.
He works with Nabil.
Yeah.
At the West End.
And so the four of you, do you guys ever like hang out and try to one up each other on the weekends or whatever, impress each other?
really.
No.
It's not like-
We-
I've always thought that you guys have like a secret society.
We're trying to build one, but it's a secret.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah. And that's for real. That's not a made up story.
Now he's not joking.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like Fight Club.
there-
Talk about Fight Club.
Pauly, there are a lot of people here on Guam that we know of that are actually lovers of magic. Not only just watching it, but want to learn.
Yeah.
And Anthony actually has a magic lesson program that he teaches magic, and we're in the process of he's got the
you have the
magic
kit.
kits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to do like I can take on quite a few kids if I have help, but we'd like to possibly talk about a summer camp where kids learn the magic. There's like 12 really cool tricks in the box, and they have to learn each one. Have them get the courage to go up on stage with their favorite one, perform for the group. Give them a little, some interesting music. And how about this lighting? And get them to feel what it's like to be a performer.
Yeah.
And at any age, I mean, that starts around 5 to adults. And it's a really, really fun thing to do, and it's affordable too. It's only $45 for the box and the lesson, and it lasts about an hour and a half, depending on how many students are in the class.
And that's cheap, because if you consider if you were to go to a store and just buy a magic
they're
set,
so expensive. I don't know why.
and there's I hate to say this, but the instructions are written in Latin, so you won't be able to understand it right away. You really have to take time and focus. It's tough. But magic is really good because if you are instructed by somebody who already knows, they can look at the student and then decide, okay, this person is having a little bit of difficulty on this particular movement or technique. Let's change it for them.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the things that both Tony and I are, you know, well versed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great because you'll see a shy child come out of its shell, and you'll see someone that's having hard. I can't do my magic. My hands are too small. I'm like, look, okay, that's not an excuse.
Right.
And you know, oh, I can do it. And then we have a mirror. So when they do the effect, they do it in front of the mirror, and their eyes really open up because they see what the effect is. The audience is seeing.
Right.
Because they're doing it here, it doesn't look like it's fooling them until they're in
Right.
front of a mirror. Wow, is that what it looks like? So they have all these elements, and you see them, their dexterity, their social skills, their not being so shy, their confidence get built up. I mean, there's so many great things that magic
Right.
does. And then, of course, they go out and do it for their friends, and now they're cool. they do something they don't know how, you know. So there's a really great feeling when they learn magic, and then you see them so excited and can't wait to leave to go show their friends. And it's easy magic. I didn't make anything difficult. It's
Right.
self-gratifying, super easy. Even though when I do it, it looks hard. I can't do that. And then when they learn how easy it is, they're like, I can do magic. And we've seen this over and over and over. I have like 500 kids backstage all ready to go. And I've done 20 to 30 kids at a time. I'm actually doing one next month for some Japanese, 7 Japanese girls. And just a table, a mirror, me, and an hour. And you just watch their eyes light up. And they're just like, wow, I can do magic now. Fun, fun, fun.
We're live on the radio.
Well, like I appreciate again, like all of those core memories that I've had as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, going to these magic shows, you know. And so when I think about what you guys are providing, especially when you're saying in August, right, celebrating your 11th year, that families can really, you know, take their children out, enjoy themselves, and you know, have these core memories that last a very long time, right?
Yeah, we like to think that from the minute they walk in the door until they're at home, it's an experience like going to Disneyland. You feel like you just left somewhere and you didn't know where this strange, you know, fantasy land is. And they're being thrilled and excited and shocked and surprised. And afterwards, we take pictures with everybody, and they give you hugs and high fives. And we've got a perfect 5-star review on Google, and it's amazing that we've kept it up for that long. You know, hundreds of 5 stars, and it's not that they put the 5 stars; it's what they say that really hit you. They go, "Wow!" They'd spent the time to say all those really kind things. So we know we're touching families, and to me, that's the majority of it. And the money, it comes second for sure, because it's a struggle. I just listened to you guys on the way over, talking about the struggles of having your own small business. I was feeling the pain. I'm like, yeah, we do it because we love it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of money in it all the
Right.
time. It's highs and lows. You know, it's a gamble. You're
Right.
risking days in. Sometimes there's money. Sometimes you're the last guy to get paid, and a lot of times you don't get paid.
Right.
But because we love it so much, don't tell anyone. We'd probably do it for free. But yeah.
But you
that's-
know, magic is an entertainment that is not like any other, where you incorporate music and lights and the stage and acting. You know, the magicians are our actors basically, and we are able to bring things alive. There's a particular illusion that Anthony does on stage where he levitates a woman, and the music that he's chosen really is a great combination. And so when you watch it, you forget, as you're watching it, you're forgetting that it's a magic trick. It looks like you're like if you're at a movie and you're into it, that, you know, that feeling. That's how it's all about. You know, the magic itself is totally inspirational. And in fact, we've had some people who wanted to buy out the show so they could use it for a fundraiser. We've had a couple organizations that have actually done it, and that they've created funds for raising money for their charities.
Yeah, they're very successful. Right?
Yeah.
Those were good. and we're still doing them.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, we have one coming up for Make-A-Wish soon.
There you go.
So,
and that is something where all of the monies that they gather will go to pay for those needed requirements, right? Of course, there's the base pay that the show has to receive for
Sure.
the power and the water and the,
Yes.
you know, underarm deodorant, things like that. But the ticket sales for something like that, you would understand that, for example, Make-A-Wish. As soon as you say child, well, if a child goes to watch that show and they're totally engrossed in it and enjoying themselves, you know that their parents are also enjoying it as well, right? And if there's a price tag to it, there's no price tag to that. It is priceless. So people are willing to pay for something like that. And it's a lot easier than, you know, buying lunch boxes. It's not a bad thing, you know, you can still buy your lunchbox, but when you can sit down with your family and watch a show and leave and just keep talking about it, that's great.
It's nothing short of impressive. I am just captivated by what you put together with the Mind Over Magic, and so I'm assuming that you've got something very special for the 11th anniversary.
well, no, the 11th anniversary is for the
Magic
Magic
Show.
of Anthony Reed.
Right, yes.
The science show, we're going to continue doing those, but I've been doing those way before Encore had opened the theater.
No, but do you have something planned special for
I have a couple
the
new-
11th anniversary show?
For the night show?
Yeah, the night show.
I've got a couple
Yeah.
things up my sleeve. One's
Yeah.
going in it this Friday.
Okay.
Speaking of which, anyone wants to go Friday, this is the last special. We are 35 years of working together, the $35 ticket.
Okay.
This 31st is the last of that special.
Okay.
So if you want to go this Friday, that's the cheapest you're going to, and the kids are still free.
Okay.
But the price changes August.
Oh, so that's why I saw. Okay, because I was like, it's saying $25 here, but you're saying it's free now, but then after Friday it goes to 25.
For
4 to 11. I'm just pulling it from Crown Plaza.
Oh, for the dinner or
Yes.
the night show, just for the show itself.
Okay.
Kids will be free 11 and under, $35 per adult this Friday. But then that's the end of the $35 special for the 35 years working together.
Okay.
Next month we'll be opening up probably Monday, Friday, Saturday, and we're going to bring the price will be back to $55, but we're knocking $5 off and include a autographed poster.
Okay.
Or free
Popcorn.
popcorn. So that's going to be next month's special, and we'll probably keep that special to the end of the year.
Okay. Nice.
But for Mind Over Magic, we're just going to keep on doing. When the teachers call,
Yeah.
we'll be there. All we do is we ask for 100 students or
Right,
more.
right.
It's only $17 a ticket.
Yes.
Teachers are free, and we normally do them in a morning field trip, like 10 o'clock start time.
Yeah.
And they get there about 9:30. Go times 10. We go to 11. Then we take photos afterwards,
Right.
and they get back on the bus and go.
And if they
lunch.
have some honor students within those groups, they might want to let us know in advance.
Yeah, we can bring them on stage for the
Mm.
show.
You know, I couldn't help but watch some of the kids' reactions, but they usually have their parents come too, right?
Yeah, we've had-
and the parents were blown away
Yeah.
too. You could see their reactions
We
as well.
we encourage the parents to join them
Yeah.
because they get there either with the parents or by bus, and the parents join them there. But they get to sit together and they
Right.
have fun. We try to choose some of those kids with the parents, just
Yeah.
to get a little extra,
Does the
energy.
17 come with the bus? The bus, that's
No,
something
the
they got to
bus-
work out as well,
They
right?
work out the bus, but normally we get we King Bus Tours has been
Yes.
used a lot. They also use the public school system. We've seen that too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing more of DOE that reason to keep the prices down because of the crunch on Guam.
Mhm.
But yeah, they work out the busing, or they'll just bring their kids in.
Right.
We just get a date, 100
Right.
packs or more, and we do about 130 to 180 kids
Yeah.
in there, and it gets pretty wild.
Right.
When Professor Klutz steps on stage, they lose it.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
You know, I do the sound and lights for Anthony during
I
Mind
knew
Over
I heard
Magic.
that voice.
yeah, he's in the booth doing lights and sound. I've got two crew on the stage
Yes.
myself.
I do the control voice sometimes. Sit down. Hey, boy, with the red shirt, sit down. Keep your hands to yourself. Anyway, but sometimes as I'm watching the show, I get so engrossed. And I shouldn't say this, but I forget my cue.
Your cue.
Yeah. But unlike a magic show, illusion show, where you're not supposed to be talking to the guy in the booth, I'll just stop and go, "Hey, what are you doing up there in the booth?"
Well, sometimes nobody even realizes it. You'll think it's part of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's very off the cuff because you don't know what kids are going to do. Animals and kids, you never know.
Right,
you
you
know?
never know.
So you be prepared for whatever.
Yeah.
I've had kids, when I go to lay them down, they're about to levitate with the static electricity, freak out, start to cry because they don't know what's about to happen. And we have to skip it and then do something funny with a balloon to get them back to their seat. You kind of go with the flow, you know? And I've had big kids freak out and little kids very proud to do it, you know? When you say you're going to levitate with static electricity, they kind of look at you like, should I be doing this? But they don't know what's going on. Everybody in the audience sees it except the kid laying on the board, you know?
Now I'm curious. I mean, probably with adults, did you ever have a terrible experience with hecklers? Or people like, I know how you did that?
Never.
No, right?
I had an experience with a kid.
Oh, really?
I was a Korean little boy.
Okay.
It was a tourist. God, we brought him up on stage. He was really excited about it, and then we dressed him up in the costume to make him the magician.
Okay.
The next thing you knew, he just took off like Superman with his cape on and ran around the theater. And I was like, what am I going to do? I can't do this trick without him. He's the star.
How'd you get him back over?
We had a lasso.
But you got to improvise a lot, right?
Yeah.
You know, so many times.
I mean, you know by experience what could happen, and you always have a backup. I've always got a balloon in my back pocket or, a little thing over here in case whatever happens. And you just go off the cuff. And sometimes you come up with great lines because of stuff like that.
Right.
Like I do this thing with a poster, and the kid, first time he brushes it, the paper turns into money. And he's so like, whoa. I said, put more on. And he like dumps the whole can and brushes it like crazy, and everyone's laughing. And when it comes out and it's a poster, he seems really disappointed. And I'm like, never gamble, kid.
Never gamble. There you go.
But then I just autograph it and he goes back to his seat. But the best reactions I had, I think I mentioned this on your show the last time we were here. Kids would come out crying and then grab my leg. I thought you were gonna die because of the water tank. Or a kid would be, a little girl would be crying in her mom's arms. And I go, is everything okay on the way out? The show's over. It's a great compliment, you know? And just the kids have you sign anything. It doesn't matter if they're new kicks and new jeans, their shirts, their T-shirt. I just did a T-shirt Friday night, right? Big, brand new. I love Guam, and had me sign the back of the shirt. So, they definitely reach them, touch them, and create really magical memories for them. And we see them again. They return. Because the show's real snappy. The magic show is bang, bang, bang. By the time a little over an hour goes by, they're like, that was it? And what do we miss? Right. So they want to come back because they feel like it just went so quickly.
Right. Yeah.
So
we're really proud of it. Did you ever have any close calls with some of the more...
I have. I got a story that'll freak you out.
Okay.
It happened at Nico. It was Halloween, so we decided to do a tribute for Houdini. Never do this, by the way. If you go to a theater, you've seen our theater, all the beautiful lights, and it looks clean and fresh and beautiful. When you turn those lights off and turn all the white lights on, you realize it's not so pretty in here. It just loses its shine.
Sure.
So you add that to stopping the music. Something went wrong.
Okay.
So I'm in the water tank. I've got a blood tablet in my mouth, and I'm struggling.
Okay.
And this is what I told everyone. As soon as you see blood, because I'm going to pop the blood tablet, I want you to lower the music, start freaking out, and turn on all the white lights and see what happens. Like, that would freak me out. I should have never done that. A Japanese customer picks up a chair.
Oh, no.
He rushes towards the tank, swings it back as I come barreling out of the tank, and he just misses me. So this guy's trying to save my life.
Yeah, because he thinks the lights turned on and all of that.
All the music's
this is
off.
No longer,
this is not a joke.
No
We
longer
pushed
a show.
it a little too far. And I had to bring him a fruit basket, an apology, bring his family back. And, you know, I had a few words with the management too. Don't you ever do that again. I'm like, well, it worked. But yeah, that was one really bad mistake. And we thought, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
It's Halloween, right? Let's up the scale a little bit. Don't do that.
My favorite one was I brought some Japanese gentleman up on stage, also a tourist, and older gentleman. And, you know, I have this thing where you have to shoot a pistol and hit the target, right? Well, he kept on missing. Which is the way the trick goes. But after the finish, he was very upset. And he was really very perturbed about the whole thing. And I was like, this is weird. He's not smiling. He's not laughing. It's a fun, you know, gag type of magic trick. And then, you know, they left. They didn't even sign anything. They just outside. Then later on that evening, I was walking through Tumon, and I actually saw him. And I ran up to him and said, are you okay? I'm really worried because you weren't smiling after the show, and you left and you didn't take pictures or anything. Why? What did I do? I'm upset. Why? I'm a retired police officer. I never miss my shots.
Really? I've never heard that story.
He couldn't believe that he was missing the target. And so he was all upset. And I said, there's no way that you would have made that trick. And then we had a good laugh after that. His wife was like, don't worry about him. He's just like that. Besides, he's retired. He can't do anything about it. Yeah, that was at the Nico Hotel.
I never heard that story. We've had some dangerous things happen, and people have been hurt in the past. You know, we're prepared for that. We got the kits for that because there's a lot of moving parts in an illusion show.
Right.
You know, that spiker. I don't know if you've been to the show. That spiker, it's a powerhouse and it's scary.
A torture. It's a torture machine.
It's literally probably close to kill you if something went wrong.
Is that in this show on Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the big illusions, all the scary stuff, all the funny stuff. You know, Hank gets them laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And then I come on and I do the little more romantic, dreamy type stuff. You know, where you kind of get lost in, like you said, levitations and stuff. There you go, wow. You forget you're at a theater. I like to try to take people to that spot where, like, if you go to a movie and it's a really good movie, and you're forgetting you're in the theater until someone sneezes or coughs, you're like, oh, I got to get back into it again. But it's such a good movie, you want to bring your friends,
right?
And have them experience the first time what it felt like, because you feel it again, right?
Right.
So that's the kind of objective I have to the way I bring the illusions in, especially the slower ones and more romantic ones and dreamy. You know, there's got to be a trick, but it looks so real you want to believe.
Right.
And that's where the movie end comes in. You get the right music, the right lighting, the right costumes, the mood, and it's all theater. But it's just that's our, I guess, magic is our medium versus music or dance or it's all a dance. Really.
It's art. It's
an
art.
It's art.
It's an art. Yeah.
Well, we can't wait to go check it out, right?
And you guys are welcome. You guys come anytime. If you want to come this Friday, you'd be my guest. I'd be very happy to have you.
So again, working together for 35 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the deal this Friday. It's the last opportunity.
Yeah.
To take advantage of this.
There was all this
$35,
month, and this is the last day.
Got it. And then in August, all the way to the end of the year.
Yep, from August to the end of December.
$50, but there's a $5 off, or it's $55. It's $5.
It's $50, which is already $5 off the ticket,
Okay.
and we're including free popcorn autograph poster.
Right. Yes.
So, and
so Monday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's if we're open. There's days that we won't get a reservation, or we get two, and they're willing to move, and we upgrade them front seat. Gives them VIP treatment for moving if we had to.
Very cool.
So, back before COVID, we didn't have a problem. Our problem was not enough seats.
Yeah.
Now we just have to balance the budget.
I think, you don't have to talk about this part, but we think aloud. It's a big part of our show a lot of times about, if the market has changed, like I can see both of you already saying that you're making the adjustments by providing this opportunity for the local community and for military, right? But just the tourism industry in itself, that's something that we have a lot. We have that conversation quite a lot, sometimes daily, not just during the show, but even after the show, because tourism is our number one industry. It is something that, that we should be proud of. Here in Guam, we are very hospitable people. We don't know how not to be hospitable.
It's in your genes.
Right? And so we have the best beaches. We have the best climate.
The best sunsets.
Right?
That's a big one. I don't know why they don't advertise that more. I've seen the most beautiful sunsets on this island. Anywhere in the world. They're bar none. Like, wow, is that even real?
And you were talking about all of the places that you've worked in and these hotels. And so that's just, again, a conversation that we should have with the entire community.
Yeah.
How can we continue to elevate what we have and then push that out to so many people that either have never been here before or have been and want to come back. But nobody's going to want to come back to something that they've seen already.
Yeah.
Right? And so when I look at both of you and how talented you are, I've seen for myself how much you've invested into your craft, into your facility, and into this island year after year after year. And so super grateful that you continue to be here and entertain all of us.
I think one of the things that Anthony had mentioned earlier, and that is that when we perform, when we have repeaters who come, I mean, we have some who are...
That's like the best...
That is the highest compliment
right?
you can have. I said, aren't you tired of watching me do the same routine? No. I'm looking forward to seeing how the audience is responding to you, and that whole show, that whole act changes every night because of that. And so our performances, even if they are the same, the audiences always see it as a fresh thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's right about that one thing. I learned early with doing children's shows. I would do children's shows, portable, parties and stuff back in the day. I still do them. And if I changed anything, and I would repeat customers, like, why didn't you do that one trick? Like, well, you saw the last show. I was trying to make it fresh. Sure. I wanted that trick, and I realized, and I don't change it anymore, because just like when they would watch a Disney film, they know the words, they know what's coming, they sing along, they know everything, they own it.
Yeah.
They own me. So when I show up, if there's something's changed and they're with a kid that hasn't seen it, it's the same feeling like at the movies, right? I know what's about to happen. And that could be annoying for me up there, but they're excited to have their friends experience what they felt the first time.
I get it.
It's the same thing. So you start changing stuff, it actually is a negative. They want that feeling. Because, we work 35, 40 years doing this show. You finally figure it out and go, it's perfect. I change it and he'll change it because we get bored sometimes. And doing the same thing, not of doing the show. But we've learned that once you've reached that almost perfect situation, don't change it. Just hone it, and own it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I missed? I definitely want to let the community know, right, that you guys are doing your thing.
I think the big thing is those fundraisers. If everyone has one that they're interested in, instead of donating, they actually get to go to a show. And we do a 45-55 split.
Okay.
So once it's paid, and we know it's okay because we make some difference up at the bar. We want the majority to go to the fund of whatever they're raising. And we've had real good success with that.
Yeah, very, very good success.
So that's a fun one if anyone's interested. And if anyone's interested...
You also rent out the theater, right? Because I swear I saw...
The hotel...
I saw a gubernatorial forum there.
Yeah, that was me in the booth running lights and sound for that. Yeah.
Yeah?
So...
I was kind of hoping the politician would disappear and never come back. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
No, actually, the room, when we're not using it, you can go through the hotel and talk to them on doing special events,
because it's a great venue for those things. I didn't realize. I'm like, this is a really nice venue for a forum.
Yeah, it's not too big. It's not too small. 200 seats is about right. Everyone can see. We've got the mics. We've got the screen. And we've got the projector. All the necessities and the audio. And and I just go up in the booth and tell them, what do you need? And, you know, we light it and change, you know, sound and stuff.
And, you know, the companies that always go out and do their, you know, Christmas parties, they could always just go and have their dinner over at the
terrace,
the terrace in the restaurant, and then afterwards come and watch the show.
What we do with that is if they do a Christmas party, we'll have poo-poos on the bar or whatever they want at the bar. And then they do pre-show. They talk about thank you, you know, sponsors or the company or whatever. We get halfway through the show, and then we do an intermission, and they give away presents, the Christmas, you know, stuff.
They can do raffle drawings.
Yeah, then we do the last half of the show, and then everyone hangs out and takes pictures. It's a really fun way to have a Christmas party, very unique.
That really is.
So
yeah,
a lot of
fun. Is that something that people can jump on now?
Yep.
Because I can imagine you're going to sell out fast on that.
If anyone has an interest in the theater, Mind Over Magic, fundraisers, you know, birthday parties, group rates, just call 488-1198. That's 488-1198. That's Aisha. She's our reservations manager, and she'll take care of whatever your needs are. That includes Mind Over Magic, 488-1198. And she could line up the science shows too.
And if you can't reach her, then just stand out in the Marine Corps Drive and say, "Hey, Grice, where are you?" I'm sure I'll hear you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
I appreciate this. Anytime.
And you're going to be able to give some tickets away. I'm bringing tickets back to you. You'll have 10 tickets. You can give away however you want.
Absolutely. Can do.
Excellent.
All right. We'll take the break. Yeah. Again, I appreciate Anthony Reed, Uncle Hank. Thank you so much for coming in.
Our pleasure.
Thank you, Pauly.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so there's so much to be excited about when it comes to Encore Theater. So that number again, 671-488-1198. All right. We'll take the break. This is Wave 105.
Introducing the all-new Subway Wraps. Now you can make any foot-long a wrap. Light, delicious, and satisfying without weighing you down. Subway Wraps make fueling your day easier than ever with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Try the cheesy garlic steak wrap today. Subway. Eat fresh, feel good.
Explore, snap, and share for a chance to win a round-trip ticket to Taiwan. Join the Guam Photo Hunt and visit iconic landmarks and hidden gems island-wide. The more locations you photograph, the more chances you have to win exciting prizes. Learn more and submit to win online at visitguam.com/photo hunt. Terms and conditions apply. Explore, snap, and rediscover Guam. Brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau.
3:48 in the afternoon, and that means it's time to take a look at traffic out on the roads of Guam as we help you move forward along with Guam Auto Spot. And as I'm looking through our handy-dandy map of the roads of Guam, let me see, if you are currently on Route 1, right in front of actually you're coming down from Route 8, right? And you're trying to get onto Route 1 Mighty. You're coming down from Mighty, and you're going to hit Route 1 at that intersection. If you're headed up northbound on Route 1 at that intersection, yeah, you may want to slow down and take a break because it looks like there's some traffic backed up at that intersection, both north and southbound. If you are coming from Route 8, seems like it's smooth sailing, no red lines over there. Let me see, we're going to move up forward. Still maintain Marine Drive, and let me see. Okay, if you are currently on Route 1 and you're turning into the Guam Memorial Hospital, I believe that's, Governor Carlos Camacho Drive? Yeah, turning into Route 30, Route 1. It seems to be smooth going. No red lines, but there is a yellow line, which tells me that there is some backed up traffic on that intersection headed up northbound on Route 1. Southbound on that same intersection, pretty slow going. Red lines is what I see. So yeah, just be careful. Give that braking distance between you and the car in front of you, and you will get to where you need to go. That was a look at traffic, moving you forward. Proudly being brought to you by Guam Auto Spot. Don't forget, you can check them out at their website at guamautospot.com. Give them a call. Set up a test drive, 478-AUTO. Going to take a short little break, but when we come back, more The Bright Side right after this.
What do world champion martial artist Brandon Vera and DJ Jackson have in common with jazz great Patrick Palomo? They all teach Mount Carmel Academy Charter School students. Mount Carmel is now a charter school serving the entire island of Guam, voted Guam's best school, and it's tuition free. We begin our 70th year of educating the complete child. Register today. Call 565-5128.
As Guam recovers from Super Typhoon Bavi, GTA is here to help you stay connected and keep you moving. For a limited time, get $400 off any new premium smartphone with eligible plans. Or bring your own phone to GTA and receive up to $300 in account credits. To support your recovery, you'll also receive a free $100 76 fuel gas card. Terms and conditions apply. Visit any GTA retail store today. GTA, we start with you.
My name is Erica, and my son Kason is a patient at Shriners Children. My oldest called me and said Kason got burnt. The trauma doctor came in and said he needs to go to Shriners.
His injury was a big injury, and I think a testament to the care that we provide. He's fully functional. He's riding his dirt bike, doing all of the things that you would want him to do.
We're just so thankful that Kason is still here. Go online right now to loveshriners.org.
The road to Adelup continues. This time, we sit down with Republican candidates. Vice Speaker Tony Atta and E.J. Calvo. Catch the full conversation that took place on May 5th on the Wave 105's YouTube channel. Stay informed and hear their vision for Guam's future. Wave 105 is a glimpse of Guam radio station.
Told me, she said, son, please beware. There's this thing called love, and it's everywhere. She told me, he'll break your heart and put you in misery. Since I met that little woman, I feel it's happened to me.
Welcome back to the show. This is the Bright Side right here on Wave 105. We're about 6 minutes away from the 4 o'clock hour. Don't forget, Beyond the Ballot is happening at 4 o'clock. Let's send it back to the host, Mr. Pauly Suba.
Yeah, early voting ended, right, last Saturday?
Yeah.
I had family members that said that they went, and it was packed.
I got to call Miss Maria Pangilinan to see what was
the final number?
Yeah, the final number for this early voting. I mean, it's a telltale sign, right? Whether or not it's feasible to still
continue the early voting.
Yeah, but I think after the first 4 days of operation, they already accumulated about close to 2,000. So it'll be interesting. I mean, I say 5,000 is probably good, all the way up. I mean, if that is their mark, which I think would be good, at 5,000 votes.
Sure.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll give her a call. I'll text her.
We might have time later today.
Yeah, we can.
Right?
Yeah, we can.
Maybe in the 5 o'clock hour.
5
we
o'clock
might have
hour.
some time.
Yeah.
To see
because I know
if she has any updates.
I know it's now she's going to remind all the volunteers or all the poll watchers, you know. I know they have meetings and they're still getting training and whatnot because Saturday is the big day.
And you have to stay for the entire day, otherwise you don't get paid.
Yeah, that's $500.
$500 for the day.
That's a lawyer price right there. You know, $500 a day. Or I'm sorry, I take that back. That's like an hour.
Yeah, no. 500 for the day, and if you count well, you'll be out of there by like 9 p.m.
Yeah, man, that would suck if you were like the one guy
still there at 4 a.m.
I'm like, dude, really, man? Yeah, it's like, can you get your counting right?
Yeah,
it's not balancing. But yeah, so I mean, man, I'm excited. This election is just around the corner, and I've actually went to a couple of the camps over the weekend.
Okay. You can turn that camera on real quick.
And
so you went to all three?
I did not go to all three.
Okay.
What I did was, because I also had to take my mom to her eye appointment.
Okay.
And yes, the clinic is open on Sunday. But I went and I went to Chamorro Village where Vice Speaker Tony and EJ had it. And I was thoroughly impressed because, Pauly, I saw both of them out. I mean, normally you have your volunteers, right? Everybody's pitching in and everything. But no, man, Vice Speaker and EJ, they were sweating the tunes, man. I mean, they were like...
They're putting up the canopies and setting up the tables and the chairs?
On a hot day, just to make sure that everything was set up for, their voter base. And I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, hey, Mom, just hold on. I'm going to say hi to Tony and EJ. And Tony's like, hey, are you coming? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come back. I just got to take my mom to her clinic. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, don't hug me, man, because I don't shake hands because I'm all sweaty. I was like, dude, hey, man, I got hands down, you guys are awesome, man. I mean, I kind of like that, the fact that, they were out and about doing their thing. And I thought I was impressed. I'm like, that's the type of person I want for governor, man, that, he's with the rank and file, right? He's, he's not up there,
Lead from the front,
man. That's, and then of course I went to, Speaker Frank's own thing too as well.
Down the road.
They
were all like, there was like a triangle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle.
Because you had Lieutenant Governor Josh and Senator Tina. They were right there on Marine Corps Drive at the old auto spot.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Chamorro Village, right?
Yeah.
The Festpac huts was Ada and Calvo.
And then
the DNA parking lot, right?
And
Frank and Dr. Mary
and it was I mean, I saw a lot of the candidates. They had their 3 minutes of fame up on stage, and I mean, I think it's on both camps, actually on all camps. I mean, I think everybody was trying to like really fire up the base and get out to the vote and everything. And I mean, Patty talked about it this morning, and there were like a couple of things that happened, at.
You could say it, right?
Yeah.
The apology came out from the Tenorio Barnes camp. Joe Meno was on this morning, and he apologized.
Yeah, and then so did also, they came out with their public apology too as well, which is Lieutenant Governor and Senator.
What I don't want to do is I just don't want to politicize the families.
Yeah.
Families and individuals. We know now, we've always known, right, that individuals and families that care for those with special needs should not be politicized on both sides or whoever, right? And so it is unfortunate that was said, and it was their social media that pushed it out, because the original story came from the Tenorio Barnes
it was on their
story.
Yeah.
But what I won't do is I won't politicize families moving forward. So I'm not going to partake in any of it.
Oh, yeah.
The family members and those with special needs do need the proper care and service.
See, and that's,
right? And so that's what we need to focus on.
Yeah.
Is you can say somebody did this and somebody said this about a group of people, don't vote for them.
Yeah.
Or vote for these people because they
didn't say
truly care.
Yeah.
But it really does come down to how are these leaders going to support these families when it really counts.
And see,
that's what matters the most.
It really hits home because, I talked about this early on the show that I used to actually work for Catholic Social Service in the community habilitation program. And anybody that knows that, it's students with mental disabilities that get out of high school, that graduate, that, you just can't release them to the world. So they come to us and we take care of them. And so I've had nonverbals, autism, Down syndrome, all the ism families pretty much. And I took care of these individuals. And of course it really struck me, because I know some of them. I am still in touch with some of these clients that I used to take care of. And so, But you're right. We should not politicize this and everything because, when you look at the programs that they have, all right, you really, really want to support it. And you're right. Who is the right person to support all these programs, going to Adelup, that is running for Adelup? I'm not going to say, okay, yeah, because this, that, I'm like, look, does Josh and Tina have a good record supporting these programs for these families? And all, I mean, and see, I'm glad that this happened. Unfortunately, it did, but I'm glad it happened because it highlights the importance of the disabilities that people go through, and then, I mean, physically and mentally. So, again, the next 4 days, I mean, if they make it political, this issue, it's just noise.
Yeah, it really is, because if you politicize and use this to get people to vote one way or get people to not vote one way, and then here we come, debating the budget or even after the fact, and we start cutting these programs, who really disenfranchise these families? That's what really matters.
Well, 4 days, and this is going to be, the sensitivity of this election is out.
Yeah.
The blood is in the water, and everybody's smelling it, and so it's like, we really, this is where we really, really need to study the candidates and what they bring to the table heading into 2007. And because of that, it's a segue to Beyond the Ballot. So we'll be back.
Sure. KGUM FM in Dededo, Guam. Ralphie Scambulary. Yeah, it's always weird to call.
Yeah.
To call him. It's Ralphie.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Ralphie, but his real name is Raphael.
Yeah.
But he
Ralphie
goes with
Scambulary, chief, right?
Yes.
He's coming up, and I believe former Senator Roy Kanata, if he's not in the building, he could be joining us.
Yeah, he could be on his way.
So we'll take the break, and I'll go check on our guests and bring them up.
Yes.
For this next segment. KGUM FM in Dededo, Guam. We're good to go?
Yes.
All right. We'll take the break.
About 130 million.
AP News for Friday, July 24th. I'm Ben Thomas.